So what we have here is a wide-angle adapter. It will just pop onto the front of the camera. It actually has a ring that screws on, and then the lens itself actually pops on. And that will increase the field of view, so you can see here that we have a fairly narrow field of view, and then you can see with the lens on it makes it much bigger. So that was about the image before, and then you get that much extra. Okay, that I'm just going to toss over there. Get this nice little carrying case. And the lens. Now, you always don't want to touch lenses when you get them. This appears that it doesn't have any way to put like a polarizer lens or a UV filter on there. In most purposes, UV filters are just used for inexpensive scratch protectors, because some of the high-end cameras have extremely expensive lenses and you definitely do not want to get them scratched. This is pretty light, has quite a bit more glass than I was expecting, and the little ring has these two little push locks on there that push in, and then it just pops off. Okay, so this is what actually screws into the camera. It looks like the base mount size is approximately, yeah, it is a 37mm mount. So that will just screw into the camera I have right now. So we'll just screw that in. And the threads are plastic, so that should help in preventing damage from over-tightening, loose damage to the camera. That just screws in there very nicely. And you can see that the adapter itself doesn't cause any problems with the field of view. Like, we don't get any clipping. Let's take a look at the little case. Pretty nice little case. Has like a hard shell. Here's all the other adapters. This might come in handy for different cameras. This is actually a surprisingly nice little case. It's pretty rigid. So you can just mount it to the side of your camera strap, and then you always have it wherever you go. That should come in handy. Now let's arrange some stuff here so that when we pop on the lens we'll see how much more you can actually see with it. So we'll position the edges of the box so they're kind of on the edge of the field of view. And that will also give us some good straight lines to test out if there's any curvature distortion. So we got those there, we got our lens here. Okay. Now we just pop this on, press the little buttons in, and it locks into place. And as we can see there, that gives a much bigger field of view. Okay, I grabbed an old oil painting that I never finished in a drawing book and put the lenses on here so we can get some idea of what kind of distortion this lens will actually produce. Now we can see that the edges here are appearing to be bowed, and down here a little bit. Now, with a wide-angle lens, this is always going to happen to some extent. This lens here has fairly low distortion. The Canon multi-element lenses have much lower distortion, but there still will be some warping going on. You can see the shape kind of changing. But for a wide-angle lens, this is perfectly acceptable. Okay, so we got the tripod set up and the wide-angle lens on, and this is how it looks. So far I'm very happy with both the items. The wide-angle lens especially, that really drastically improves the performance of the camera. It's really quite annoying when you're trying to do videos where you have to do product reviews and the things won't fit in the camera unless you're way far back from the actual item. So with the wide-angle lens, that drastically improves the performance, and then the quick, easy little tripod, that will make things very nice to review, like on the spot, like say you're doing something outside, or just need to set the camera down on some random surface to get a good shot. You can very quickly, easy modify the legs with your hands and position it differently, and set it up whatever way you want.